Hi, Amy Pittman here, and I wanted to talk about what happens to your debt when you pass away. So in the state of Florida, because again, remember we are, every state's going to be a little different. In the state of Florida, when we open a probate administration, a formal administration, we have different levels of creditors. So certain creditors have priority over other creditors. Now, if you pass away and there's no assets to probate, so let's say you had a bank account and they had beneficiaries, currently those creditors are not going to have access to that money because current beneficiary designations control. Now, if I have a house that has a mortgage, those mortgage payments are going to have to continue to be paid until the property is sold. If I have other expenses related to my house, those expenses are going to be told. So that's the first thing we tell your loved ones or your family members when you die, that if there's a house, they're going to have to figure out how to cover those expenses that are related to the house. We're going to say hold on to the medical expenses, hold on to the credit card expenses until we know what assets there are to pay. If any, there may not be assets to pay those, but any expense or a cost associated with your home, they're going to be responsible for paying. If not, they're potentially going to have a lien put on the house, and then they'll have to, handle that later. So make sure that you have enough funds, or at least your family members are aware of those expenses. So write out a list of your expenses related to the house so that they know how to contact those companies to work with them, or to how to cancel some of those expenses, because they're not going to need your cable or your internet when you pass away. So really understanding, having a list of all your expenses, how do you pay them, right? So are you paying them directly on the website? Is it going to come out of your bank account? Is it paid from your credit card? It's going to be extremely helpful for those loved ones. So not really easy to say exactly what happens to all expenses. It really depends on the assets of the estate, or if you have a trust administration, what those assets are to cover the other expenses. But we know that any expense related to the house is going to have to be covered. Hope that helps.